Today I'm going to respond to 6 of the most common objections regarding biblical prophecy. Let's get started. Objection number 1. Other religious books have prophecies. It's claimed that prophecies are not unique to the Bible, therefore prophecy has no value in proving the truth of Christianity over anything else. The problem with this objection is that it ignores the facts. It's simply not true that other religions have specific, repeated, unfailing fulfillment of predictions made many years in advance of contingent events over which the predictor had no control. These kinds of predictions are unique to the Bible. Only the Bible is confirmed by supernatural prophecy, and this is strong evidence for the Bible's divine origin. R.S. Foster made a detailed study of comparative religion and the Bible, and he said, quote, "No well-accredited prophecy is found in any other book or even oral tradition." He went on to say of other holy books and writings, quote, "There's not a single one of them that meets the tests required to prove supernatural agency, which every scripture prophecy evinces." Bernard Ram conducted a detailed study of prophecy and concluded that real prophecy is peculiar to the Bible. After a careful examination, scholar Calvin Stowe also concluded that there were no credible prophecies in other writings. This first objection is refuted when we examine the facts. Objection number 2. Psychics have made predictions. This objection tries to put psychics on par with the Bible. The problem is that there's a massive difference in accuracy between the unerring Bible and any psychic. Biblical prophets had to be perfect. The standard was 100% accuracy, or else they were considered a false prophet and were to be stoned to death. Additionally, there's overwhelming evidence that psychics are a fraud. A study of psychic prophecies from 1975 to 1981 showed that out of 72 predictions, only 6 were fulfilled in any way. An accuracy of 8% correct could be easily explained by general knowledge of circumstances and chance. If you got 6 hits out of 72 at-bats on your baseball team, you might not be on the team for at-bat number 73. In 1993, psychics missed every major unexpected news story, including Michael Jordan's retirement, the Israel-PLO peace treaty, and the Great Midwestern Flood of 1993. On the other hand, Australia might have the best psychics in the world because according to the Skeptical Inquirer, the Great Australian Psychic Prediction Project, which analyzed over 3,800 predictions made by 207 individuals who supposedly knew the future, found 11% of the predictions were right. That's what the Bible would call a false prophet. Objection number 3, the language of prophecy is vague. While it's true that in some cases prophecy is vague and becomes clearer after the fulfillment, many prophecies are highly specific and not vague in the slightest, such as Cyrus being prophesied by name some 150 years before his birth, or that Christ would be born in the city of Bethlehem, how he would suffer and die, that he would be pierced, mentioned in both Psalms and Zechariah, or that Ezekiel prophesied Israel would one day become a nation again, which was fulfilled in 1948. These and many other prophecies are not vague. Objection number 4. Biblical prophecies were written after the fact. Reasons to reject the historical dates of certain books, such as Daniel or Isaiah, arise from an anti-supernatural bias. Because biblical prophecy is so accurate, critics with an anti-supernatural bias will posit that it must have been written after the fact. This is a logical fallacy of begging the question, also known as circular reasoning, because the critic assumes his conclusion in the very beginning by ruling out supernatural prophecy at the start, and then concluding that there must not be any supernatural prophecies. Historically, the view that the Bible contains prophecies written hundreds or even thousands of years in advance has always been held, and finally, manuscript evidence, in particular the Dead Sea Scrolls, provide irrefutable evidence of a substantial amount of prophecy, showing that the writings were written well before they were fulfilled, proving that they were real prophecies and not written after the fact. Objection number 5. Jesus manipulated events to fulfill prophecy. First, there's no evidence of Jesus being a deceiver. On the contrary, his character was impeccable. Secondly, Jesus had no control over many predictions he fulfilled, including his birthplace, his ancestry, time of death, conditions of his death, and so on. In order to actually manipulate everyone, including his enemies and disciples, he would have needed supernatural powers. But if he had such powers, then he must have been the Messiah he claimed to be. Finally, many miracles recorded in the Bible confirm his identity. God would not have confirmed a fraud. Objection number 6. Some Bible prophecies were not fulfilled. Alleged unfulfilled prophecies fall into one of three categories, according to Norman Geisler. First, some were conditional, such as Jonah's prediction that Nineveh would be destroyed in 40 days. When the Ninevites repented, God did not bring destruction on them. The second category is that some simply have not happened yet. It's fallacious to say that something is false because it hasn't yet been fulfilled. Third is that alleged errors are not errors in the Bible, but errors in the critic's understanding of the Bible. For example, Jesus never said, "I will return in your lifetime." What he said was, "This generation will certainly not pass away until all these things have happened." This phrase can mean one of several things. To make their point, critics must assume it can mean only one thing. To recap, other religions do not compare with the predictive prophecy and accuracy of the Bible. Psychics' 8 to 11% success rate shows that they are false prophets. Prophecies fall in a range from vague to sharp, but there are many biblical prophecies that are extremely specific. Many writings in the Bible are proven to be prophecy, as revealed through manuscript evidence. Arguments attempting to claim prophecies were actually written after the fact stem from anti-supernatural bias and are often guilty of circular reasoning. Jesus was not a manipulator. Even his enemies saw he had unmatched character. And all unfulfilled prophecy was either conditional, has not happened yet, or is an error in the critic's understanding, not an error in the Bible itself. The fact of prophecy in the Bible should cause anyone with an open mind to explore the Bible for themselves.